Hi everyone, Jennifer here, back with another of my top favorite countdown lists. Last time it was on my top favorite Star Wars species. This time it is my top 5 favorite Star Wars critters. Star Wars is known not only for its unique places and its unique alien races, but also for its abundance of unique critters or animals. In this list, I will be counting down my top 5 favorite Star Wars critters. Number 5, Tauntauns from The Empire Strikes Back. These very unique looking creatures were, as I stated earlier, first seen in The Empire Strikes Back, relatively early on in the movie. For those of you who do not recognize the creature from the picture, those are the critters that Luke and Han were riding on the frozen planet in the Hoth system that the rebels were on in the beginning of the planet, or the beginning of the movie. These creatures have been described as like a kangaroo kind of thing, and they do have the body shape of a kangaroo. They're upright, they have the very strong back legs and the smaller short legs and the tail that's used for balance. And kangaroos were probably attributed to the design of these critters because a lot of the animals and species within Star Wars were actually derived from different animals on Earth. Number 4, Konavens, seen in both the Clone Wars and Rebels. These beautiful owl creatures have been seen, as I stated, both in Clone Wars and in Rebels. We really don't see them in the movies, to my knowledge. Now, these amazing little creatures, as I stated before, to me they look like owls. And they are, but they have like the long, like cat-like tails. And these birds are one of 2 creatures that I know of that almost have a spiritual connection within the Star Wars universe. They have some, and by that I mean they have almost some kind of spiritual link. We know that the one we see in this picture with Ahsoka is the representation of the daughter from the Clone Wars, who was a spiritual being from the Clone Wars. She embodied the light side of the Force, while her brother embodied the dark side of the Force, and their father was the balance between the two. For more information on that, you can see my review video in TV Talk on that particular Star Wars episode. I really like these Konavens, and if I'm mispronouncing the name, I apologize. And that goes with any of the critters that I mentioned in this video. Is that while they do have the look of barn owls, they are very colorful. Although this particular one that we're seeing, she seems to be very unique as she has the green and the gold. Number 3 are the crystal foxes, seen in The Last Jedi. These are amazing and very unique little critters. Now, they're not as cuddly as real foxes because they actually have little crystal spines on them. I would not actually want to cuddle one of these, but they are very, very cute. And I think they are exclusive to The Last Jedi. I haven't seen the latest movie yet, so I can't be 100% sure. But they are cute. And this one in the picture, it looks big, but when you see them in the movie against some of the people, you actually realize they're about the size of a regular fox. I just think they're really unique. They look like they're sculpted out of crystal, which is more than likely where they got their name. And they're just really amazing. I love all the little crystal spines. You know when they're around in the movie because you can hear almost like a tinkling sound, and that's, I guess, their spines moving on their bodies. And they're just, in my opinion, a really pretty little critter. Okay, number 2, both wolves. seen in Rebels. These beautiful, majestic wolves are native to the planet Lothal, which is why they're called Lothwolves. And they are, like the Koravan, the other spiritual creature, or creature that is connected spiritually to Star Wars, or at least the ones we see. We see not a big pack. I think we only see like 3 or 4, maybe 5 of them throughout the whole series of series when they're in, and this is in the latter half of the last season. But they do have some kind of connection to Lothal, the planet Lothal, the well-being of Lothal. And it's stated in the series, I think Ezra actually states it because he's the one who's from Lothal, or that's been confirmed as being from Lothal, that Lothwolves have not been seen in about 100 years, and we see some more. And you can see in that picture the scale of these wolves. They're actually very, very big. But they're very, very unique. They're very intelligent, too. I mean, one of them actually talks in the show. I hope it's not a spoiler for you guys. Very limited vocabulary, but it does speak nonetheless. It doesn't speak telepathically. It actually verbally speaks. Its mouth moves. And I love them. I mean, I love wolves, so that's like a big point in their favor. And they're just so unique. And I was not expecting to see them in Rebels. They were mentioned in the first 3 seasons, or at least in the first season, but I didn't think going into season 4 that we were ever actually really going to see a living one. I thought maybe we see some pictures of them at the most. Okay, before we move on, honorary mentions. Now, these are 2 critters that I actually do kind of like. They just didn't make the list. And those are the Banthas, which we see primarily in A New Hope. And these are like woolly mammoth, mountain goat-like creatures that we see in or on Tatooine. We see a small herd of them in the background walking across the sand in Return of the Jedi. But we primarily see them in A New Hope. Sorry, I blinked on the title of the movie. Where they're actually being ridden by the sand people. You can actually see a sand person right there. Or, as I like to call them, the Tusken Raiders. They're same thing for both people. I think we also see them in The Phantom Menace, but I'm not I'd have to actually rewatch that movie to be 100% sure. If we do, it's like fleeting, maybe a scene or 2. I really like them. I know the design-wise on them, it's like, why are they so furry if they're native to this desert planet? But it's like, you got to keep in mind that deserts get very cold at night, and these guys are way too big to burrow down into the sand. The second one are the dewbacks. These guys remind me of Gila monsters. I mean, just to kind of look at their design, they are definitely some kind of lizard. And their design, everything, is like everything but their tail almost looks like a Gila monster to me. And I just think that's like so unique and whatnot. And they're just a very, very unique looking critter. Okay, and my number 1 favorite Star Wars critter of all time is, and this will probably not be a shock to those of you who know me very, very well, Lothcats, as seen in Star Wars Rebels. I mean, just look at that guy. How can you not love a Lothcat? I mean, they are so cute and cuddly. I mean, I love their faces. I love their markings. I love their design. I love their attitude. I love their facial expressions. They just remind me so much of real cats. It just drives me crazy thinking about it. I mean, I could honestly see my cats in Rebels as Lothcats, because the Lothcats just personality, attitude, design-wise just remind me so much of house cats. It's just so funny. free to leave your comments and questions in the comment section. I do love to read those. Please like and share this video if you're watching on Facebook, or like and subscribe if you haven't already if you're watching on YouTube, and feel free to follow me on Wattpad, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. I do have my name for those 4 sites, right there on the screen, as well as the pictures I use for the icons. Please note that all pictures seen within this video do belong to their respected artists. I own absolutely nothing. And the links for the 4 sites I mentioned will be in the description section if that makes it any easier for you guys to locate my pages on those sites. Okay, quick reminder on my comment rules. Okay, feel free to check out my other videos. Okay, before I sign off, a couple of things I'd like to touch on. First off, YouTube subscribers. Any of my videos that are not on YouTube are on my Facebook page. I will have the link in the description section. Facebook friends. Any of my videos that are not on Facebook are on my YouTube channel. I will have the link in the description section. And for all of you, feel free to check out my Facebook group, Fanfic Corner. I will have the link for that in the description section as well. As always, thank you for watching, and have a very nice day.